Podcasters, thanks for having us in your ears. What do we got, gang?
I'll tell you, Swanee, sorry, I had to get in because I was here for, what is it, a bad news story?
Bad news story. We brought it to the table, Sam.
Very excited.
Yeah, it was,
Usually it's earlier in the show and it's a bad news story.
There's a bit of trepidation, Swanee, because I read it out. It was about a young school kid, and I read it out while most kids would be in the car on the way to school.
But that's because you like danger.
Yeah, I did. I felt good. I was on the tightrope, but you supported me.
It has absolutely no redeeming features and will really make you glum for most of the day. Titus O'Reilly dropped in to talk about his new podcast. So obviously, if you're listening to this, you're mad for podcasts. Definitely check out his and Mick Malloy's new one.
Also, yeah, Pang's phone is back, and my God.
Hey, come on. There wasn't. I had genuine concerns it wouldn't be a caller, which they'll happen one day, Swanee, where there'll be no callers at all.
Absolutely. I can't wait for that. And the luminous and brilliant Ryan Fitzy Fitzgerald dropped in with a great idea for a new mask on The Masked Singer.
Enjoy. Yes, John?
Maybe Pang's phoning next week.
What?
Who's got fatter feet, Mick Malloy or Jason Dunstall?
Gotta do it. Gotta do it.
That's yours. And that would be a bad news story, by the way, wouldn't it?
Enjoy your turkeys.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
The podcast.
Good morning, Melbourne. Welcome to your, I want to say, Thursday.
Check it. Someone check it. Yes, it is, Swanee. It's Thursday.
It is Thursday. How great. What's on for the
Best day of
weekend?
the week.
I love asking that on a Thursday. Anything fun happening for anyone?
Got no idea. I know we've got our Christmas party tomorrow night.
And we're launching. We've got a launch for that.
We launched yesterday.
Christmas in July. I love that.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I'm gonna turn back as well. So Swanee, you've looked forward. I'm gonna look back to what could be described as the perfect day yesterday.
Oh.
Obviously we did the show with you lovely people in here.
Of course. What a way to
Then
start
went and
the day.
played golf with our man, Samuel Pang.
Yeah.
Yep.
With an added Glenn Robbins thrown in. Just for a little bit of...
Is perfect.
Just a little cherry on top. And
How
I gave
is
him...
Glenny?
He's beautiful. I gave him a great big hug. He's been working out, I think.
Really?
He felt strong.
Now I'm jealous.
And then afterwards, and then we had some hot chips and a beer.
Oh, my God.
And then I went home and watched the Origin, State of Origin, Swanee. I know it's not massive down here, but people do watch it. Queensland beat New South Wales to win the series in what it could be described only as the greatest Origin game in history.
It was
Why?
sick.
What was so good about
Well,
it?
it had everything. It was sick, wasn't it, Dino?
Oh, my Lord.
3 blokes got knocked out in the first 5 minutes. Gone from the game. Now, Swanee, we're not celebrating that, but it was just genuine hits. It was just physical. There was punch-ons. 2 blokes got sin-binned.
Yeah.
And then a big interception at the end by Queenslanders Ben Hunt to win the game in front of 52,000. Suncorp Stadium was absolutely rocking.
I bet.
The Chris Judd of rugby league, Joey Johns.
Joey Johnson.
The legend of the sport. He was salty after John.
He was too.
Did you see it?
No.
Have a listen to this. This is him. He's on the panel, Swanee, and he's all silent. And then Fatty Vorton goes to him and he rolls out this because he's real salty.
Joey, can you put a finger on where you think it went wrong for New South Wales
Just those
tonight?
big moments.
Yeah.
Just the big moments. And now we have to listen to all the bullshit that just go on with for the next 12 months.
It's unbelievable.
I love the patriotism of
That's great.
the 2 different states and the commentators. But anyway, that was a good day yesterday, Swanee.
Everyone that's ever lost a final absolutely identifies with that.
Oh, absolutely.
It's the worst part of losing.
Toys out of the cot.
Yeah.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Travel stress can take a hike.
With lots of fully refundable hotels, whatif.com has got you covered.
Just remember, booking cancellation windows apply.
So go ahead and relax and book your next trip with confidence at whatif.com.
What if? It's Aussie for travel.
Melbourne, good morning. It's Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Nova 100. By getting on the radio, you can win Nova's first class and 50K anywhere on the planet. First class with all that cash.
Swanee, the footy world is up in arms at the moment because Buddy Franklin apparently not happy with the Swans contract offer because you know that after his, I think, 9-year deal, it comes to an end this year, this famous 9-year deal that was done 9 years ago.
Yeah.
When he left from Hawthorn to Sydney. Well, he's completed his deal, 35 years old. No one thought he'd make it.
Just as an aside, that doesn't feel like 9 years ago that we were talking about that. That seems maybe 4 or 5.
Spot on, Swanee. And there was times there where you thought, no way, no, he might make 5 or 6, but he made 9. And he's still playing some good footy.
Absolutely.
But the Swans apparently have lowballed him. Now, he's come down a little bit. He's sort of got an expectation, supposedly, that he wants about $700 or $800 a year, which would still be a little bit of a haircut from his, probably he's on about, 1 this year. And the Swans have lowballed him at $500. And apparently, he's told friends not happy and he would retire or be prepared to go and play for a third AFL club from next season onwards.
What do you think he'll do?
I think he'll stay and he'll end up playing for the Swans. Actually, on an aside to that, Swanee, you know that his wife, Jacinta, she has just completed an AFL player management course.
I did notice this.
However, Buddy hasn't handed the keys over to her, though. As the accredited manager. No,
they're not going to go in-house?
No, I don't think they are, Swanee, just to maybe save on the commissions, you think?
And the marriage. You don't want that business stress in the bedroom, right?
I agree. I think that is a grave error.
I never thought of it like that, Dino.
Mate.
Yeah.
So you reckon if she gets a dud deal, they're not sure that's sort of going to take the spark out of the love life.
Hey, couldn't he just get $500,000 a year and then just make it up in endorsements, John?
Well, they're a bit more restricted, though, with endorsements, and he doesn't like doing endorsements. Yeah, he's very media shy as well. Swanee, I'm going to put it to bed.
What?
This would be posturing. This is 101 management playbook.
Yeah.
So you ring your mates.
Yep.
You ring your mates you ring your mate to the publications, and you just slide it out to them. Say, "Hey, look, not happy about this situation. The Swans have lowballed us. We need to bring it up."
And then all of a sudden they find a couple of $100K
all
a
of
year
a sudden,
more.
well, because Swanee, what ends up happening? Front page, back page,
bang.
Leads the news. Like Stanaway was leading with it last night. Stanaway just going bang on Channel 9.
Son of a bitch.
And then what ends up happening over the next few weeks, the course of time, Tom Harley, the CEO of the Sydney Swans, and Andrew Pridham, the president, they take Budweiser out for a coffee and they say, "Don't worry, mate, it'll all be sorted. We'll make it up. We'll find the cash."
Yeah.
And then, unbelievably, he signed for the Sydney Swans and continues on his glorious career.
I believe this is exactly how it goes, Jonathan.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast.
132410 has somebody that you know gotten a bit weird and mean and selfish and funny with the inheritance.
Oh.
Some people find it's their last chance.
What do you mean?
To be controlling when they pass away or they're organising their will.
Gotcha.
You know, they don't, because I'm just like, yeah, have it. I couldn't care less. I don't care. I really don't care. Do you care, Jonathan?
About what?
About who gets what and where it's divided and...
No, you want to look after your family.
Yeah,
so it's pretty straightforward to me.
I'm like, just take it, whatever. I'm not going to be dividing specific things like you get that much and you get that much, but you don't get as much because
you're a dick.
I really couldn't care less. But this woman...
Although some nights the kids do test you and you do consider it. You think if I had a lawyer with me right now, there would be some changes to the documents.
Draw up the contracts, Serge. I don't know why I called your lawyer Serge, but I think that's a good name for a lawyer. A mum in America has found some cash inside a bag that was donated to Goodwill. So she's gone to buy this bag. It's a fancy bag. It's a Coach bag. I'm not sure if you're familiar with labels, but that's a very expensive bag. So she was thrilled. $7 for a fancy handbag. She's gone home and had a look in all the pockets and stuff, which is what you do. And she's found secreted in the base of the bag $300 and a note saying, "I have 3 children. They're going to give all my things to Goodwill when I die, so I'm putting their inheritance inside all my favourite things."
There you go.
Yeah. So the original, let me just spell it out in case people listening going, hang on, it's too early in the morning to follow this story. The original owner of the bag, knowing that she was going to pass away soon, put all her cash life savings inside her favourite things because she knew that when she was dead, all her kids were just going to chuck everything into St. Vinny's, which they did. And this woman gave away all the cash, one bag at a time.
How brilliant. Wow. I'll take some ideas from that. It's a lot easier than digging a hole in the backyard, Swanee. Just putting it in little hidden pockets of the bag.
And plastic bags, because you don't want
It just seems like a very elaborate, and you don't want worms, that's true.
No.
But it seems like a very elaborate and time-wasting thing to do just to make sure your family don't get their hands on your money.
Absolutely. Well, I've heard Kyle's grandmother, when she passed away,
Yeah.
they found a lot of cash lying around hidden in different parts of the house.
Did they?
Yeah, but she was going, she was, I think she had a form of dementia.
Right.
So, she was obviously losing her marbles a little bit.
Yeah.
And would start to hide little bits of cash.
Right, but it wasn't malicious.
It wasn't malicious. It wasn't for that reason.
Well, I want to
But there was
hear-
nice little bonuses, though, when they were cleaning up the house.
I bet.
Well rewarded for offering up your services that day.
That'd keep me up at night thinking, I wonder if I missed something.
Yes, that's
You know,
right.
I wonder-
You'd be up in the manhole, for sure.
Absolutely. 13-24-10, did anyone you know, or maybe, it's you, are you getting mean? Are you getting mean with your inheritance? Are you controlling
I like this.
every last dime? 13-24-10. We got Nancy. When have you had to go through hoops for an inheritance, Nance?
Well, when I was about 12 or 13, I was my grandfather's favourite granddaughter out of 7 or 6 of us.
Mm.
And he passed away and left me his house.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
How did your siblings and everyone else feel about that?
Oh, they weren't very happy, but we're all young, so we sort of didn't really understand. So my parents sold the house and they kept the cash.
Yeah, dogs.
Yeah.
Did you get any of the cash, Nance?
Nothing. Brownie, nothing.
Oh, shattering.
I wonder if that was that in the 70s or something, Nancy?
Yeah, it was, actually.
I wonder if that's legal now. That might not be legal now, that your parents could do that on your behalf.
Yeah, and the house was in North Fitzroy, so imagine what it's worth nowadays.
Oh! What street was it, Nancy?
Nance.
Oh, my God. West Garth Street.
Oh, no!
Nance.
That's horrible. I'm sure you don't think of that very often, Will Lance.
No, but you know what? At the end of the day, my parents needed the money, so, yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. You did a good thing, Nance, even though you had no choice.
But I think that's interesting that your grandfather, I mean, that's a real snub to leave it to you and not to his own children or the other grandchildren. I mean, he must have not liked them very much at all.
Well, probably not, no.
How old were you when he passed away, Nance?
7.
Oh, I reckon about 12 or 13.
12 or 13.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you get an inkling at any stage that you were the favourite, or that there might be a bit?
Without a doubt, I was always his favourite.
Well,
I was
Nance.
named.
Yeah.
I was named after his favourite sister. His favourite sister who died very young.
Ah, there you go. Sentimental.
Oh, wow.
Nance, well, get a camping chair and take these 6 bottles of wine from Zonzo Estate and just sit outside that house and just think, what could have been? Authentic Italian cuisine paired with the perfect job at Zonzo in the heart of the Yarra Valley.
What a story.
Good word, Nance. Maddie from
West
Sydenham.
Garth Street.
Oh, yes. Big Maddie, how are you?
Yeah, good, mate. Yeah, yourself?
I'm good. How'd you get the
Good.
cash?
Oh, we got no cash, mate.
no
She's
cash
been
either.
ripped.
What
So
happened?
What it is my wife, her father passed away, and she's part of a second family. She was part of the first family, but the second family have taken all the money.
Woof.
Really?
Unbelievable.
As far as we can tell, we have no communication with them. Pretty disappointing.
Was the old man loaded?
No, we're talking about pittance.
Pittance.
Pittance. Compared to what you've been talking about, absolutely nothing.
Brad Pittance.
When did you think that they were wedging themselves into the family, mate, and just getting in the way, and it was going to become a problem? Did you see this? Did you forecast it a long way out?
Personally, I forecasted it 2 years ago, but anyway, we'll keep that to myself. Now everyone knows.
Yeah. You're not salty. That's all.
Nutty. He sounds a bit like Joey Johns.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
The podcast.
Roll call, Dino.
Yeah.
Jonathan.
Christine.
And the great Sam Pang.
Present. Did you used to say
Present and
present?
accounted for,
You used to say
yes.
present when
I
the
think
roll
we
goes...
I think we just said here. Here.
You still do the roll?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Seems Seems an inexact. So they're really going to waste. Is that just the way a teacher's just burning 10 minutes at the start of the day?
I think it is. I think you do, because you do get an email notification, Christine, Swan, if your child is not at school.
That's very
at 10
true.
a.m.
How are we all?
Good, thank you.
Ready?
Samuel?
Another crisp morning in
Crisp
Melbourne?
morning.
Not
Absolutely.
What is it, raining in Sydney, Swanee?
Yes, it is raining. It's been raining
For
forever.
5 years.
Yeah, in Sydney. It's not good.
Listen,
not good.
I've got a call in that's going to blow your socks off.
What?
Are we doing Pang's phoner today?
When I say blow your socks off,
Yes.
may not get a single call.
Whoa!
Yes.
The challenge is on you, Melbourne.
Ever wondered what happens in the studio? Check out Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Instagram.
Get ready for...
He's not always there when you call, but he is here right now for a phone topic that will blow your mind.
Hey you, do you want a waterbed? Hey you, do you want a club lock? Call now, 30-24-10 for Sam Pang's phone.
Ah, yes.
Geez, do you own a waterbed? It was one of the high watermarks of this
well, we
actual
end up
show.
getting a waterbed salesman on the phone
Just
in
do
response.
Just do that call in again. Why wouldn't we do
I
that?
mean, I know that every time we mention that, you sing the praises of do you own a waterbed as a phone topic, and there's no doubt that that was excellent. But did you have a club lock is also one of my absolute favourites of all time.
Well,
It just took me straight back to 94, you know?
yeah.
Club locks.
I'm about to take you back to 94 too for this one, Swanee.
Right.
Of course, in 1994, a little show began on NBC that ran for 10 seasons, 236 episodes. Play the theme song, Dean.
Do the clap bit.
What a surprise. Your ability to just be off the beat is astonishing in all walks of life.
Hey, well practiced.
That's, of course, the Rembrandts.
Ah, yes.
That song was so big that charted. It's, you know,
Yeah.
when a TV theme song charts, it's big. So, of course, Friends, we all know, you know what I mean? It made stars out of Aniston, Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow, LeBlanc, Matthew Perry, and David Schwimmer. Now, you know, during that shows had a bit of a renaissance, by the way. You know, in the era of binge watching and COVID, especially. So it's a lot of people have seen Friends or discovered it that didn't grow up with it. But put that aside, because my calling topic today, for people who've watched Friends or loved Friends, you may be aware of or you may not be aware of that in 2004 there was a little spin-off called Joey.
Yes. Never watched it. Never heard the theme either, I can tell now.
Everything's going to be all right.
Yeah, man.
Geez, they absolutely hammered the publicity when this first started.
So do you remember this? Do you remember this kind of launching?
Yeah, absolutely. Because Joey was so popular.
Joey Tribbiani.
Yeah.
What year was this?
2004 it premiered on the NBC, just to a very crisp 18 million people.
Wow.
So does that mean the producers thought Joey was the most bankable to go on his own?
Absolutely.
Feels as though, doesn't it? So
Well, apart from Aniston, who became a movie star.
very good point.
Thank you, Sam. Well, he made good points over here.
Alrighty, two seasons, 46 eps before it finished, right? And so it centred on
46.
Joey. He struck out on his own and he moved to Hollywood to truly make it as an actor. So the thing is, Swanee, I didn't watch Friends. 2004, a 21, 22-year-old, you know, I wasn't watching Friends, if you know what I mean.
2004?
Yeah.
You were 30, mate.
There you go, sorry. Definitely wasn't watching it.
So, I was the same age. It's
That
weird.
makes sense. That makes sense why I didn't watch
I wasn't
Joey.
watching Friends, mate.
I was watching Friends.
Yeah, I love
watched
Friends.
Friends. But I didn't watch Joey.
So he moves in with his genius 20-year-old nephew, who's a rocket scientist, a genuine rocket scientist. And then he has a tentative romance with a superintendent, and he becomes close friends with an aspiring actor. That's the thing, right? Basically, it started off all right, and then in the first season, it had an average of 10 million viewers. Strong enough to get a second season. Second season, not as good, dropped to 4. And then, by the way, there's 46 eps they made, 8 unaired.
Really?
There's 8 unaired episodes
so
of this
much
show.
on the nose by the end.
I did want to.
I wonder how much they tried to get. Was there any crossover? Did they try and get his former co-stars in?
None of them.
throughout?
Thank you very much. It's a bit of trivia there. So even though, of course, the show is a spin-off from Friends, Swanee, none of the other main cast members made an appearance on the show, although David Schwimmer did direct 2 episodes. All right?
Wow.
A little bit of a...
I wonder why.
what- yeah.
It seems they were jealous, maybe.
all the episodes were always named Joey and, if you know what I mean. Like, so, episode 8, Joey and the Dream Girl, Joey and the Road Trip, Joey and the Sex Dungeon, Joey and the Axe sitcom, or Joey and the barrels filled with dead body. There was different types of episodes, all right? My question, this is my call-in topic today.
Yeah, what is
I think
it?
we know where it's going.
I don't, actually. What is it? Have you seen Joey?
Give us a call
Oh,
if you've ever seen an episode of the 2004 Friends spin-off, Joey. Now, I know there'll be a lot of other radio stations doing that exact same call today.
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, but we're going to do it differently.
Yeah, Bev did it yesterday.
He did. And don't call up and just lie, because we'll be able to smell your lies.
I just want to. I've got a lot of questions about this show, because if people love Friends, but they may not know Joey. I want to know if
And
you've
what
seen
episode you watched as well? Joey and the...
no, they might.
But also,
Joey and the
Sam,
gimp mask?
Yes,
the handgun.
every time I hear a song that I can't stand or whatever, I think someone in the world, this is their favourite song of all time. We may have a listener whose favourite show of all time is Joey.
There's no way that's possible.
I think it is.
And
I
that's,
think anything's possible.
you're a dreamer and you're reaching for the stars. All I want to know is if you've ever seen an episode of this show. If you've ever seen an episode of Joey, give us a call.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast.
Who we got, Dino?
Fiona.
Fiona.
Hello.
Good morning. Have
Good
you
morning.
have you seen an episode of Joey?
I actually have seen one only.
Just the one.
Just the one. Massive fan of Friends. Was very pumped to watch Joey and went, not again.
But didn't Joey, the character on Friends, annoy the crap out of you? I never would have watched the spin-off because he was the worst character.
like your annoying little
in
brother.
The Friends. Yeah, he was an idiot.
Oh, yeah, but I like idiots.
That's why you listen to our show.
The early show.
I wasn't going to say that, Brownie.
Fiona, so listen, you love Friends. You tune in, you watch Joey. What was the main problem in your opinion? Why didn't it grab you?
Oh, just anybody else in the show, the characters. It didn't seem to be going anywhere.
Yeah.
Can you remember what the episode was called, Fiona?
Pardon?
Do you remember what the episode was called? Because Sam said they all had Joey and something else for each episode.
I have no idea. Probably Joey moves to LA.
Oh, the first step, of course.
Yeah. Joey
Joe and the LA.
Joey loses a million viewers every episode. All right, Fiona. Well, you saw one and you've been rewarded today by what?
First class and 50K. You could be flying anywhere in the damn world. Fiona, let's go to Mel in Mulgrave.
How you doing?
10 out of 10.
Oh, 10 out of
Get
10.
Oh.
Do you get it? That's
No,
Joey's catchphrase.
Oh, sorry.
How you doing?
Was that his?
Yes, it was his and Friends.
Good morning.
Mel, when did he say? Sorry, forgive me. I didn't watch Friends. When did he say that? What, all the time?
Every time I saw a good-looking woman.
Oh, cool.
Mel, if you've watched Joey, did he say it in Joey as well?
Yeah, he did, absolutely.
Did
Did he say anything else, or just it was just him on a loop looking at hot chicks saying how you doing?
Yeah, just every time someone walks in. I actually remember him being interviewed before the show was aired.
Yep.
And he wanted to actually call it, "Hey, where did everyone go?"
Once again, talking about the viewers, I think. Mel, the idea that he says, "Hey, how you doing?" would be the idea, Brownie, that you said. Imagine if he went over to do Joey and he wasn't allowed to say the catchphrase.
How you doing? No. Yeah, it's probably a central part.
So,
of
Mel,
his
obviously
character.
no good.
No, it was no good. I watched a few episodes. It was really try hard. And I remember them, like, the canned laughing was really bad.
Yeah, but that was on Friends. The canned laughter was on Friends.
Sam used the same canned laughter on front bar.
He does.
He's got
I've got a button.
A boombox.
That's Andy.
Yeah, Mel, well done. First class and 50K could be yours. Peter, we'll go to Shannon real quick. Shannon,
Yes.
did you watch it?
I watch it. I started watching it really recently, and I love it.
Wow, this is amazing.
This is great.
Imagine if that was the call. And have you ever watched Joey? But if you did you love it? Because we've got one here, Shannon. So, where is it available, by the way?
It's on, I'm going to say it's like 9 Live or 7 Plus, or 7 Plus. 7 Plus.
Oh, all the good. That's where all the good
Yeah,
stuff
I
is.
actually went searching for it on iTunes like I was going to pay for it, but then I stumbled across it on 7 Plus.
See, Sam, I said that we would find someone that genuinely likes it. I knew that.
You were going to pay for it, Shannon. You went searching for it.
Tell you what,
I was going to pay for the whole season.
It'd be fantastic now the Big Brother's finished. Obviously, you need a show to lead into front bar. It'd be magnificent. You put Joey and friends.
Shannon's absolutely right. You can go to 7 Plus and watch Joey. This is unbelievable.
Shannon,
I recommend it.
Have you finished it, or are you just midway through it?
No, I'm midway through it. I'm trying to pace it out because we've only got 2 seasons.
I know. I was going to say, the idea that you know that the end is coming, and it's going to. By the way,
I know
the 8. You know, it was pulled quite hard. You know, like 8 episodes just unaired. So there's not going to be. It's not going to be wrapped up in a bow. The final episode you ever see.
I'll have to find them on the dark web.
I've got an idea, Shannon. I want you to, before you hang up, I want you to tell Jack or Brodie or Tom, one of our producers, what episode you're up to. And then I don't want you to watch that. I want Sam to watch the next episode.
Yeah.
And then we'll get you back on and he'll give you a synopsis of what happened on the next episode. How does that work for you?
That's great, and I can test if he's really watched it.
Yes.
I think that's a wonderful
Like a
idea.
quiz.
You, Jackie, find out Shannon's details. You tell me which episode to watch.
Yeah.
I will watch an episode of Joey.
Yeah, you must. I can't wait for this review.
And Shannon will give you a big prize when you come back, a real big one.
This might be like Kesha. Kesha was nobody until you relaunched her career. You may be relaunching Joey's career. Unbeknownst to him.
And then one day he'll come in the studio and lay eyes on you, Sam, and go, "Hey, how you doing?"
Oh. Apparently not great company, by the way. Just
Really?
that's what I've heard.
I heard he's good at luggies.
Peter?
Yeah, exactly.
My favourite was always Matthew Perry.
Yeah,
Just looks like trouble, Chandler.
He was very sarcastic. And I
just
remember,
liked him. He was hot.
I remember the SNL cast saying that when Matthew Perry did an episode of SNL, he was acting like he invented sarcasm.
I've heard that too.
And he got them all offside.
Oh, really? I heard he's a drunk as well.
All right, then that's
cool.
well. We
Peter?
never hold that against him.
Just the way I like him.
Peter in Coburg, what do you got for us? Have you seen Joey?
Okay, I've never seen Joey, but I've got a really interesting piece of trivia regarding Drea De Matteo, who was the female co-star of Joey.
She played Adriana in The Sopranos.
Adriana Lacerda, yeah, that's right. She was Christopher Moltisanti's girlfriend.
Oh yeah, jeez.
In the first few seasons. So, so Dino, may I offer you a tidbit?
Oh yes, brother.
So Adriana Lacerda, who was played by Drea De Matteo, she asked to be killed off so that she could appear in Joey and be the female lead.
Oh, no. You left The Sopranos to go and do Joey.
Come on.
Browny.
No way, no.
Story,
Yeah.
That's the story.
Unbelievable.
I remember reading that at the time because I was a Sopranos obsessive right then, back then, and as you know, everybody should be right now because it's the greatest show ever.
Agreed.
So, Sam, I think you probably agree.
Oh well, we did a loving tribute to Tony Sirico earlier this week to Paulie, who played Paulie Walnuts. He passed away.
Drea's agent needs to be shot.
Oh, what a decision, Swan. Jesus.
I bet you she's still not over that. I reckon she'd be in therapy.
Yeah.
Pete, you brought a whole new level to Sam's phoner, and I'm going to give you something amazing. I'm doing this today, by the way. A cageless shark dive. You're going to...
Can I take my son, Charlie?
Sure, man. Sure. Chum up the waters with Charlie. A shark dive extreme experience for 2 hours. It's Sea Life.
You did that, Dino.
Yeah, man. It's Melbourne's only cage-free shark dive experience.
Chum up the waters.
Book now at visitsealife.com/Melbourne. That's visitsealife.com. You're going to go with the sharks today.
Okay. All right. Great. Thank you very much, guys.
Good on you, Pete.
Another successful.
Well done.
Whatever.
Want to see what happens in the studio? Check it out on Facebook. Follow Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Titus.
It's time to get classy.
Titus O'Reilly.
Hot.
He talks about football. Mostly on Twitter.
280 characters.
And on this show as well.
Welcome, Titus.
Oh, I had to interrupt watching Joey to come in.
What episode are you up to?
I'm up to season 2, episode 3.
Wow.
I've watched it before, man.
Don't you think you should lock it away, though, in case another lockdown occurs?
Well, you know, I've always felt that, you know, the Friends cinematic universe could be explored a bit more.
I
you know, like,
so.
why have we just got one spin-off?
I agree.
Did you, firstly, Todd, did you watch Friends?
No.
Were you aware of Joey?
Oh, vaguely. Like, you couldn't grow up at that era and not know about Friends.
Yeah.
Can you believe
You know what I mean? It was and it was, what years was Friends? Because it was
94 to 2004.
Yeah, so it was it was when the internet was sort of getting going. So there was still not a lot of other options. So everyone pretty much watched it.
Can you believe?
Or you knew about
We'll finish on this. Can you believe that Adriana...
We're finishing.
Drea De Matteo left Sopranos to go and do Joey?
That is brutal.
I actually feel bad for her.
Oh.
Like,
That's
she
a bad
really, if you actually look at her CV since.
It was a career killer.
Pretty light.
Joey
Career killer.
Joey
killed
didn't
his
just kill the
career.
audience, killed her career. more than the Sopranos.
She went on to marry now, or not marry. She's engaged to the bass guitarist from Whitebait.
Also, she was in Sons of Alice.
White Snake. Whitebait. Jeez,
Whitebait.
I'm thinking of fishing up in Gold Coast.
Whitebait are Whitebait are a heavy metal.
They're playing tonight at the Deer Park Hotel.
I was going to say it's heavy metal band from Colac.
Yeah. She may be one of the backup singers. She hasn't got much work.
But I don't want to waste people's time talking about Joe. We've already done it. Listen, people tune in on a Thursday at around this time to hear your thoughts on.
Do they? That's
football world.
No, like you go, no.
Let's talk the future of the shin boners.
Oh well, they've sacked their coach, North Melbourne. Well, have they? There's always the argument of were they sacked or did they quit?
Well, I think it was pushed.
Yeah.
Generally, they quit. I think, let's just say generally.
But they quit before.
They quit 'cause
I think generally you're fired, yeah.
Yeah, it's like you can announce you've decided to go, or we can do it for you.
As soon as there's a review, he should have been packing his box then.
I know.
Even though North played well, I commentated that game on Saturday. It was a little bit, it wasn't great when you look in the coach's box and the man conducting the review, Jeff Walsh, is sitting in the back row.
Right behind him.
That's unbelievable.
He's like a Grim Reaper just sitting there sharpening his knife.
I know.
Taker.
But also, they're historically bad. Like, they're up there with Fitzroy in their dying days. And they had to move them to Brisbane. They didn't have success until Jonathan Brown single-handedly led them to...
On his own.
On his own.
That's
Why
what
didn't
I
you
believe.
get a spin-off? That's what I want to know.
I got a mural.
It legit did.
So I thought I could help North out with a bit of a job ad for a new coach.
Oh, God, I can't wait. Is this on Seek?
Yeah, we'll put it up on Seek maybe later today. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I thought the headline could go, SOS, stop. Send help, stop. Help, anyone, please help. Does anyone know anything about football? Coaching football, teaching skills like kicking, marking, runnings, things like that. I think that's a strong
good
start.
ad.
Things like that.
You know, I think that's going to get people's attention straight away.
Jeff Walsh's phone number at the bottom.
Yeah.
Give him a buzz.
I thought we'd say North Melbourne has an exciting... No, actually, let's get rid of the word exciting. North Melbourne has a career-ending opportunity to be senior coach in the I've written AFL. Let's scratch that out too and put VFL.
Yeah.
We're looking for a self-motivated individual who doesn't mind having their motivation slowly crushed under relentless disappointment. Do you think this is going to get the...
This should be on the banner this week. Should be on the banner.
It should.
that's great.
It says the role is based in Melbourne. Although people tell you you're moving to Tasmania after every loss. So every week you'll be told that. Must be happy having the media speculate weekly on when you'll be sacked.
Yes.
That's the key bit. There's not many jobs where every single week, except for Dino, no one else knows what's that like.
You get used to it, though.
Safe.
Yeah, do you?
You become a bit too numb to it.
Imagine someone sitting behind you conducting a review.
Oh, that would be amazing. To finish it off, I thought
Actually, our old producer used to.
Yeah, our old producer
Tim used to stand on his left shoulder.
He used to prod me with his bony
really?
fingers.
Yeah.
He used to jab me in the back when he wasn't happy with things.
Yeah, I'm on Tim's side in this one. Look, to finish it off, we'll say managing a budget of over $7.
I know.
You're responsible for a gym that includes a set of weights made out of a broomstick and 2 buckets of sand.
That's why they're the shin boners.
They've got no resources.
They've actually got a bit of money now compared to what they had. They're not as broke
financially.
as
They're a lot better.
Can I ask this half-serious question? Sorry, Swanee. Jonathan, is it an attractive job? Why would someone actually want to coach that?
I actually think talent-wise, they're better than people think. I did the game on Saturday, as I said, they should have beaten Collingwood. There's a lot of good young talent there. So, unfortunately for David Noble, who's a good man, he wasn't able to get the best out of them, but they're in a full rebuild. So
he got in trouble for yelling at them.
He got in trouble for yelling.
They had to play whale song when he spoke to them.
Titus, everyone says Clarko's going to GWS. Any chance he's going to North?
He's not.
He's not going to go to North. I don't even know if he'll go to... the thing with Clarko is he's such a presence and big coach. He'll want to go somewhere where he can just control everything. And boards don't really like doing that.
It feels like North Melbourne would be sort of the equivalent of the worst house on the best street, though. They're still in the AFL, which is
a good point.
They are still in the AFL.
Location-wise, Swanee a great spot. They're virtually inner city. They're one of the most inner city clubs. And Clarko's a former North Melbourne player.
It could be a wonderful opportunity for somebody to really be a massive hero here.
But they need someone who's not going to, who's, got the runs on the board that they're not going to get sacked in a year. Because that's what Melbourne did for years until Ruzi came along.
Well, they need Alistair Clarkson or Ross Lyon. Are the two experienced guys.
You keep on saying Ross Lyon. Have you got some mail?
No, well...
Even if he did, he wouldn't tell you.
No, that's true.
I've heard Mick Moldhouse is going for it. He's going to get Daisy Thomas to go out of retirement.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Tell us about this new podcast, brother.
Can I just set it up a little bit?
Yeah.
This is very, very exciting news, and congratulations, because your podcast is #1 on iTunes.
It is.
I'm talking about, well, I suppose if you Google Titus O'Reilly and Nick Malloy, you will find a podcast called Sports Bazaar.
Yeah, that's
that has rocketed to the charts. Tell us about it,
Hang
Titus.
on a minute.
What?
What happened to Brownie's podcast?
It's still going.
I thought that
going
was
beautifully.
#1.
Yeah, they're
That was
equal number one.
Yikes.
Equal #1.
It's getting awkward.
Awkward?
No,
listen, there's room.
There's more than one podcast. In fact, I think it's law that every white man has to have a podcast.
Yeah, it's true.
This is true. But what's Sports Bazaar? What's the premise?
Well, so like I do often on here, I come in and tell stories from sport. It's Mick and I have been chatting about this for ages. And often you want to do, like, some of these stories, they take an hour or so to get into all the stuff.
Absolutely.
So every week we tell the bizarrest stories. We're on the hunt for the bizarrest stories in sport. And they're almost, you don't need to care. We don't care if it's recent or old or what sport it is. And you don't even have to know about the sport because they're really about humans. Like the first one, our first episode, which went up on Monday, which I think I've mentioned in this show on here before, which was the 2 New York Yankees pitchers that announced a trade in the 70s.
Yeah, I love this story.
And they got up and announced that they were swapping wives, partners, and the dogs. Yeah,
yes.
So and one of their teammates said, "I can understand swapping your wife and your kids, but the dog, come on." so we unpacked that whole story. Then we've got one that's gone up today about the Tour de France, the first 2 Tour de France races, because the Tour de France is on at the moment. And so it's a podcast and it's on YouTube as well. We film it as well. And the Tour de France, people forget just how crazy. Like Maurice Garin was a guy who was the Lance Armstrong of his time in that he just cheated, and he won the first 2 Tour de France. He was banned in the second one, but because he caught the train, which you're not allowed to do. But the first one, he knocked his opponent off off his bike, and then jumped on the wheels till they were so bent he couldn't ride anymore. Yeah. But when you get an hour to tell the story, there's all these little things. So my favourite thing about him is, when he was a kid, he was born in Switzerland, but in the French-speaking part, just across the border from France. And this family, and this is in the sort of 1870s, this gang of chimney sweeps
It's like a scene from Mary Poppins.
They came to his family because these bustling French towns needed lots of chimney sweeps, and kids worked in. He was about 7, and they came and said, "We'd love to take Maurice smuggle him over the border and get him to work as a chimney sweep." And the family agreed for a wheel of cheese.
Yeah, good.
He's traded for a wheel of cheese.
He's traded for a wheel of cheese to go sweep chimneys.
I think I'd sell one of my kids for a wheel of cheese.
Bam, bam.
Absolutely.
So he was called the Little Chimney Sweep when he started racing in the Tour de France. He was famous for, they all did this, that he would smoke while riding because they believed that it opened the lungs. So before they did a hard stage, they would all pull over and have a few and then have a few darts and get on.
I think Darryl White used to believe in that as well.
Yeah. But the second Tour de France, the first Tour de France on the first stage, there was a guy called Hippolyte Acutia, and he was handed by a spectator a bottle of lemonade because they didn't really have sports science back then. This is on the first stage, but it was poisoned, so he had to stop the race. So within the first minute of the race starting, it had already had cheating.
Jeez.
The second one, when it started on the first stage, a few of the riders had put itching powder in all the shorts of the other riders.
This is amazing.
Brilliant.
This
It's like a
is
footy
like
club
the
locker.
wacky. It's like the wacky races.
Yeah, it was totally like one guy.
Cannonball Run.
The guy who had the lemonade poisoning in the second Tour de France, he got a bit of string and tied it onto the back of a car and then attached it to a cork and put the cork in his mouth and let the car pull him along using the cork. And the only reason he got caught is because he got to the finish part of the stage and there was all these race officials who had started about the same time of him in cars, and they go, "How the hell did you do that?" Because he showed up at about the exact same time.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, so
This
it's
is
like
great.
this total... People think, so they suspended the first 4, and the guy who won the second Tour de France, he wasn't suspended because even though he was found to have caught a car for part of a stage, that they said, well, he didn't cheat as much as the first 4, so we'll let you win.
Oh, that's the case with a lot of the people in Lance Armstrong's years. They didn't cheat as much as Lance, so they were able to... Their results stood.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they did this from the early... In the 1930 Tour de France, the rule book, because doping wasn't illegal, it said just to tell you all, this was from the officials, it said, just to tell you all, we will not be providing the drugs.
Wow.
That's how open it was. They just all...
It's a bit heavy-handed. So I'm assuming you're bringing these wonderful stories to Mick.
Well, I tell them to Mick, and it's been an interesting process with Mick because... So Mick Malloy said, we'll do this, and I said, absolutely. And so I said, I want to do a podcast. He said, what's that?
Yep.
And then...
Yeah.
Every week I've had to buy new equipment, literally, to put the podcast on a cassette, so he can listen to it on his Walkman.
You got to hit this up.
Sports Bazaar.
Yeah, it's everywhere you can get your podcast. It's on YouTube. If you Google sportsbazaar.com, there are all the details.
Bizarre as in weird or bizarre as in market?
Bizarre as in weird, but you've spotted the very clever wordplay.
Just because I'm going to search for it, so I needed the right word.
A new episode every Monday.
Every Monday. There's 2 up already.
That's about as nice as I'm going to be about it, right? Or for the rest of the time.
Wait till you see this podcast money, Sam. You'll be on board.
New hat for you.
There's literally tens of dollars here.
See you, mate. We love you.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
The podcast.
Oh, here we are. Good morning, Melbourne. Welcome to your Thursday, best day of the week. I've already asked you what your plans are for the weekend. I got nothing. What are your plans for tonight?
Sam?
Oh, well, I've got the front bars on tonight, so I've got to do that.
Oh.
Well, no, not got to. Sorry, I get
What's the lead-in tonight?
What?
Because Big Brother's finished.
Good question.
What's the lead? I'm always interested in the lead-ins for your shows.
Joey.
You know, I always get it's always a fine line because, I don't think Channel 7 management or publicity are thrilled with some of my comments about the shows that are on before us.
You don't think so?
But how could I sit here and talk honestly about, geez, Big Brother, what a great show.
You're a lawless rogue.
No, I'm a truth teller. You know what I mean?
Jackie, what show?
There are 3 episodes of Home and Away back to back.
I love it.
Ready to... Well, listen. It's on at 8:30, so that's all you need to know, all right? And it's going to be a great show. Ryan Fitzgerald's on the show, but also the Jarman brothers. I don't like talking. Just
So you can watch Irene at the surf club.
What?
Yeah.
And then straight after, Pang and the gang at the bar.
Are we giving away?
I ran 3 times.
all right. You know what our leader should just be titled. We're officially out of ideas.
Yeah.
And an 8. But listen, 8:30 on a Thursday. That's its natural home. It's going to be wonderful to be back there, Brownie.
That's great.
Not for that much longer.
Both Jarman brothers. That's
Andrew
huge.
and Darren Jarman.
Yeah,
Swanee,
great.
You're in Sydney.
And
It won't be until 1 o'clock.
You're burying
in the
the
morning.
lead.
What?
Who's the other player?
Oh, it's a surprise. I'm bringing someone in. I can't mention it.
Danny Del Rey.
All right, there it is.
If you want to be in the studio, especially if you're an Adelaide expat, how good?
Do you want to see what this looks like? Well, get the visuals on Instagram. Follow Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Melbourne, good morning. Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Nova 100.
How about some tropical stuff?
I've got a sense of the day if you want it.
Of course you do, Sam.
It's
Thursday, 14th of July.
You know, even I watched Origin last night. I know this is not a rugby league town, but I tuned in for the first. It was unbelievable, Brownie.
One of our own, Billy Slater, though, the coach of Queensland.
Yeah.
He still lives down here, Billy boy, with his family.
First time coach, John.
First time coach. He was magnificent. They won the series. So after they got a shellacking in game 2, it was, I think, the best Origin game I've ever seen, Sam.
There you go. Considering how many great Origin games there've been, Queensland 22 defeated New South Wales 12. But the thing was, imagine this though. This is not the coaching staff, right? You know, there's one thing about Origin that some of us more, impartial viewers. We can't believe that the commentary of the Channel 9 commentary, who I just seem to be barracking for New South Wales.
Yeah.
Like, it's unbelievable, right?
Yes.
Jonathan said the same thing earlier. I can't wait to hear.
That's not us, Queenslanders or something like that going, I can't believe that we're getting a... It's like you're watching it going, gee, they're just barracking.
Just barracking, yes.
And so, as you said, the New South Wales defeated in the Origin and the decider, so Queensland win the series. And this is Andrew Johns, a Channel 9 commentator. This is him on the panel after the game.
Joey, can you put a finger on where you think it went wrong for New South Wales
Just those
tonight?
big moments.
Yeah.
Just the big moments. And now we have to listen to all the bullshit you just go on with for the next 12 months. Drives you mad.
Drives you mad. Yeah,
Fatty could sense he was flat because he
Yeah.
didn't say a word
that
up
Fatty
until
wasn't
then.
involved.
That was Fatty asking the question. Very mischievous, our man, Fat.
If you listen to it again, when Joey John says, now we've got to put up with all the bullshit that you go on with, you just hear Fatty go, yeah.
Yes, I've got him.
Here we go.
He's taking the bait.
Yeah.
Joey, can you put a finger on where you think it went wrong for New South Wales
Just those
tonight?
big moments.
Yeah.
Just the big moments. And now we have to listen to all the bullshit you just go on with for the next 12 months. Drives you mad.
Good stuff.
People forget that Fatty Vorton was actually a series-winning coach as well.
Brother.
There you go. Bradley Cooper. Is this news? Bradley Cooper is dating Huma Abedin.
Now, I've never heard of her.
Well, she's a former aide to Hillary Clinton. You may know her as the former wife of...
He's gone full George Clooney, yeah? Got himself as smart.
Ah, okay.
She was a top aide to Hillary Clinton, but also the former wife of disgraced politician Anthony Weiner.
Oh, I remember
We know
Weiner.
him, don't we?
Dick Pick McGee.
I think that is his nickname in prison.
Is he in prison now?
I think he went in. I think he went inside.
Really?
Anthony Weiner.
Why would you put McGee in there when you can have Dick Pick Wiener?
His name's
It's there.
Weiner.
It's begging to
Anthony
be.
Weiner went down for some photos that were that he sent.
He did 2 years.
Really?
There you go. But yeah, I tell you what, if he's called, we did this at the time. He's called Weiner. What else is he going down for, by the way?
I agree.
So anyway, they were introduced by Vogue editor Anna Wintour.
Yes.
Wow.
Could that be?
I think you just say winter and a winter. Winter.
I think
He's got a thumb in his mouth.
You think I'll be fine? I'll be saying Wintour for the rest of our time together.
Okay, Sam.
The city of New York City. Remember when we were there? You ran the
That's
marathon.
where Weiner was doing his best work.
He was too. And they've ordered the country's largest police department to stop testing police for marijuana use.
Really?
Yeah. The New York...
Dino, you can become a copper in New York.
I'll investigate it, yeah.
The New York City Law Department has directed the NYPD to cease all random, scheduled and pre-employment testing for marijuana.
Did they say why?
I think it's because they don't want to know the results.
No. And it would have lessened the field as well. They would have wondered why, The field's about 2,000 entrants. Now the applications have gone out to about 20,000.
Between COVID and weed, there's
what about
absolutely no one turning up for work.
You get pulled over, you hear the sirens, you get pulled over, the cops pull their window down, and then you just hear this.
What a song. Afro Man.
One of the greats.
Hey,
and the other songs.
You know, some people are doing it hard at the moment. My hearts go out to them. Feel it. Just never forget that there's always someone worse off than you. You could be living in New Zealand. You could be living in New Zealand as supply chain pressures and shipping delays, they're felt all around the world. But in New Zealand at the moment, they've been hit.
That was the worst New Zealand accent ever.
They've been hit, Swanee, by shortages to bourbon, craft beer, and chicken nuggets.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Dear God, that is dreadful.
Oppressive.
Mate, that's tough, isn't it?
The big three.
They went to a worker at the Bottle-O store in Mount Eden, Neil, and he just said this, "It's a pain, all right."
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
I don't do accents.
I just want to say, I think that's wise. I just want to say, what is the most devastating of those three? Imagine beer. I'm not going to say craft. I'm just going to say if you couldn't get a beer or you couldn't get, what was the other one? Bourbon and Coke.
No, just bourbon.
Bourbon.
And chicken nuggets.
And chicken nuggets.
Bourbon.
I'd say chicken nuggets. I got home the other night at midnight
I'm gonna
after
go chicken
TV and the babysitter had left the leftover nuggets from the kids' dinner
I'm sorry.
on the table, and there was 10 of them there, and I ate 8 of them in the space of about a minute.
Cold?
Absolutely.
Cold?
Just bang.
Zap them.
Oh, no, there was
what
still
is
just a little bit. There was a semblance of warmth.
Perfect. I'm sorry.
Salmonella.
Much like your relationship.
Pretty much.
I'm sorry. But what is this leftover chicken nuggets thing? I've never heard those two words used together in the same
Well, you can't believe the babysitter left 10. I can't believe you left 2. If you've got 10 in front of you, how are you not going over 8? And then go, no, you know what? That'll do me.
Is 8 your lucky number, John?
No, I was getting heartburn.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast. Ryan Fitzy Fitzgerald, a good friend and colleague of ours right here at Nova with Fitzy and Whipper. Or you may have seen him on Before the Game. And Fitzy will be sitting right next to Sam on the front bar, 8:30 p.m. tonight on 7. Here's Fitzgerald.
You boys are hanging out tonight, are ya?
Just a couple of mates who haven't seen each other for a while. There's a few stories to tell.
It's a very, very exciting because Mick's having a night off.
What's wrong with Mick? Has he got herpes again?
Gout. It's got gout. Got him again.
Oh, my God, this could be an exclusive. Somebody's guessed him on The Masked Singer. And
really?
It's all...
Is it
it's
a giant?
all falling into place.
Is there a giant swollen foot on the show? Is there?
Is one of these?
A giant swallow.
Well, he's either got gout or is one of the costumes displaying signs of monkeypox, because that could be another thing that brings him down as well.
Spots all over it.
That giant swollen foot has to be Mick Malloy.
Has to be. Gout.
I'm imagining the Masked Singer having one of the masks looking like those feet on the ciggy packets. You know, all blistered and peeling. And inside it, take it off.
Who's got fatter feet, Swanee? Have you seen the Chiefs? Have you seen Jason Dunstall's feet?
I have not.
Who's got fatter feet, Mick Malloy or Jason Dunstall?
13, 24, 10. Get involved. Tell us your thoughts.
Who has the fattest feet? The Chief or Mick Malloy?
It's one of the great call-ins. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Well, now that Cleo Bachelor of the Year is there, I think we should have the fattest feet conversation.
Oh, my God. And you win the front cover of Podiatrist Weekly. Oh, my God, my face. What can we expect from you, Fitzy, on the front bar, apart from your just magnificent, luminous presence?
I shouldn't be doing this because obviously you guys are Victorian, and you know, Sam, that I went to a State of Origin game, Brownie, and I told you this.
Yes.
I took a banner there saying that we eat weak Vicks for breakfast.
Stuff, creative.
Wheat Fix, get it?
Yeah.
So
got it.
I was told that I was on the show with Sam tonight, and they asked me, was there any guests that you would like on the show? And I said, can we go uniquely South Australian? Today we have tracked down...
Anne Wills.
No. John Bunting, the Snowtown Manor.
He's doing a live cross.
No, I've got it. Bevan von Einem.
I don't know any of these people.
Just
tell me who's on the show, Fitzy. I haven't been to the meeting yet.
It is the Jarman brothers. We got Darren and Andrew Jarman, and for Hawthorn fans out there, Darren Jarman, one of the best, the silkiest. Brownie, back me up here. Some of the silkiest skills that you've ever seen in your life. That bloke.
Yeah, Darren Jarman was unbelievable. His kicking skills as a midfielder at Hawthorn, and then when he went to Adelaide to win you guys some grand finals, kicking goals, he was amazing. And his brother was a good player as well, but probably gets underrated a little bit.
Well, we've got some amazing highlights tonight, Pangy, and we're ready to go. The boys have got some great stories as well, so I'm really over the moon.
Who's fatter between those two boys now?
There's another
What
call
are we
in.
doing? The fattest feet? Who's fatter between the Jarman brothers? Can we just stop body shaming everybody, please?
It is amazing, Fitzy, that you're right. You wait to see the highlights of these two blokes. It's unbelievable.
I think Jarman was the best kick I've seen.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Oh, sorry, Darren was the best kick I've seen.
There's a highlights package tonight that shows, and you know what he was very good at, which we don't see as much anymore, is the balk. How good was the balk?
He was great.
What's the balk?
So you go to kick it, Swanee, and then someone goes to smother the ball, and then you just hold it in front of them and go, you idiot, you've missed it. You go around them and then you run into an open goal.
Yes, I have seen that. That's one of my favourites. It's almost like a ballet move.
Well, you do it with the bosses here at Nova quite a bit. So it's very successful.
The other exciting news, though, Fitzy, by the way, it's a very sad state of affairs if I'm the one straightening things up in an interview. You are a loose cannon, Fitzgerald. But, Brownie, you'll be happy.
Why?
What's Thursday night?
Yeah.
The home, and also it's on at 8:30.
Oh,
there you go. Isn't that nice?
Of course, because Big Brother's over, of course.
Yeah, I know, it's great.
Yeah, no.
Finally, Big Brother's over, and it's on a Thursday night. It's traditional time slot, 8:30.
Yeah.
It feels like a bit more of a party on a Thursday night.
Actually, just before we go as well, there's another guest that we've got on the show. Now, this is for your footy purists. Are you allowed to give this away, Pangy, or we can't?
Well, I wasn't going to, but just because
Spiro Malakalis.
Close. Fitzy's brought in the big guns, you know what I mean? He brought in the Jarman brothers, which you would think would be enough. But I suppose with Big Brother finishing and a nation in mourning, I thought that's not going to be enough, you know what I mean? So I've tracked down 1990s Western Bulldogs cult hero Danny Del Rey. Swanee, try to keep your excitement in check. All right?
I'm like those goats that get so excited they freeze.
There you go. That's what I might be like when Danny Del Rey graces us with his presence.
You would
tonight.
love Danny Del Rey, Swanee.
It's one of the great names.
It's a great
I
name.
love him more than I'd love Bernie Quinlan.
Oh, yes.
Super boot.
Very
Tough
similar.
one, neck and neck.
Super boot. Oh.
Could Danny Del Rey be the blowfly on The Masked Singer this year? A lot of questions being asked.
Thank you. I'll write that down.
This is why I could never be one of those judges, Fitz, because my guesses would be 1980s and 90s AFL footballers. Who do you think the fly is? I think it's Danny Del Rey. No.
Is it Vinny Catoggio?
Tony Bahaja.
You know, you've got a little insight, by the way. Fitzy does, radio in Sydney. He's not allowed to mention any of these names. You know
he's
what I
just
mean?
letting them all out.
Exactly.
I've got to make out I enjoy NRL.
Well, we can't wait to see you on Front Bar tonight. You just bring your own special presence to it, and it makes the show even better, I'm going to say.
I love you guys so much.
I love sitting next to you, and I can't wait to see you tonight, Fitz.
And stay listening for Who's Got Fatter Feet. Jason Dunstall, Mick Malloy.
Ever wondered what happens in the studio? Check out Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Instagram.
It's Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Nova 100, and there's too many smiles out there right now, John. So it's time for this.
It's sad, so sad. It's a sad situation.
Brownie's Bad News.
Now, can I introduce interject here, first of all. I don't think Sam's ever been present for Brownie's bad news. It's article sourced that have no happy ending and no... Like, it doesn't get better. It starts terrible and it makes you feel awful.
I don't know if I was here for it, but it definitely was referenced about the guy who fell down the papier-mâché giant dinosaur and died. That was a bad
Well, he was
story.
stuck upside down for about 3 days.
Yeah.
He died. He thought he'd go in there and have a look.
Yeah, in a Tyrannosaurus Rex or something. What a way to
He
go.
was trying to find his mobile phone.
It was actually... Sorry, but it was a rhinoceros.
That's
sorry.
right. Yeah, a rhinoceros. And that was the day I said... So you just, you did that story on air. How did it go? And you said...
Sure it wasn't a stegosaurus?
And you said... A stegosaurus. And you said... yeah, it was a good show, man. We took some calls, we gave away some pies. That's the one.
That's right. Exactly. Well, we brought bad news to this hour, which is a little bit of trepidation about this one, but Jackie Charles, Pangy, you'll love this. This is about one of your countrymen.
Hey, kids going to school. It's fine. Guess what? It's not all just roses. There's bad news out there.
Well, that's right, and this is about a kid going to school.
Just quickly, I've got the pies grabbed. Just Brownie saying it real quick.
So we had callers, just go away some pies and...
Ridiculous.
What about this 5-year-old boy over in China? He was dropped off by his dad to school. His name is Zhao Ru. He was dropped off to school, per usual, but the father failed to return to collect him in the evening.
Oh, no.
Now, the kid had a backpack with him containing only a change of clothes and a mobile phone to call his father. The boy's teacher reportedly tried to then contact his father because his dad didn't turn up to pick him up from school.
Now, I've been late to pick up my kids once before, and, it happens. This is so far not so bad.
It absolutely does. So it went for beyond an hour, Swanee. Went out to 2 hours, and eventually they got a hold of the father.
Why are you laughing?
3 hours later, and the father said, "No, I'm not coming to pick him up because I've just had a paternity test, and I'm not the boy's father."
So little Billy's at school,
How old is
just waiting for Dad.
How old is this kid?
Little child,
5 years old.
A preppy.
So that man has had no connection. He's had the connection he has with that 5-year-old. 5 years of that boy
That's right.
was so strong that as soon as he found out he wasn't his, I'm not even picking him up from school.
He said, quote, "It is now the school. He is now the school's problem."
That's Father of the Year stuff, that is. That
Father
is
of the Year.
magnificent.
That
Well,
is heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking.
good
Then they rang the grandfather and the uncle as well of the father.
Not the grandfather. It's not your grandson anymore.
They said the same thing.
They said the same thing.
Same thing. We got nothing to do with it. He's not tied to our family anymore.
Mate, that guy, he's stealing my moves, by the way. I might have a test today myself.
I think it's good. I think it's good. You said kids are listening and they might be a bit
Well,
sad.
there's a couple of things
there's,
there, Brownie,
there's someone coming to pick you up tonight after school,
Maybe
so
not.
be grateful.
I reckon my wife has thought about doing this a lot.
Exactly, but for the kids listening, if you thought that was a pretty harsh story, just imagine this. You get picked up today, 3:30 or 3 o'clock. Imagine... Firstly, it's 6 o'clock and you're still at school. Imagine that.
Yeah.
But then imagine they're not coming ever.
Oh, jeez.
You know what I mean? So there's positives there.
It's a long day. The never-ending day at
It's a long
school.
life for that kid, man. That dad's never coming back.
Anyway.
He's got 5 years on Dino, though.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
Jeez, mate.
Apparently the mother's coming to pick him up soon. So in the coming days.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Swan in the city.
Yeah, we've known each other for a long time, but I think I might be revealing something about myself that you didn't know. Do you know I love and am obsessed with banh mi, the Vietnamese rolls?
You have mentioned it a bit, Swanee.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, good. You also know that I'm an idiot.
Yeah,
you know that. Okay. All right,
Well,
so I'm here in Sydney.
Strong words.
You know that I'm a fool. I'm a fool in general, but specifically for banh mi. And when I was probably about 6 or 7 weeks ago now, when I was in Melbourne, I'm up in Sydney filming The Masked Singer. But when I was back in Melbourne, I drove to Springvale, 40 minutes just to try a banh mi.
Oh, yeah, I remember you saying this.
Do you remember?
Is this off air?
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't think I brought it on air. I think I told you of my craziness off air.
It's a long way to go.
Because someone mentioned it to you.
And worth it, yes, and worth every mile.
It
Worth
was.
every
So it was better
kilometre.
than. It was like so much better than your local where you usually get them.
They're always good, but it was worth the trip.
Better than the guy that's got his face on the front of the joint down in Victoria Street here.
I don't think I've ever had a banh mi at Toto,
Okay.
but that is absolutely on the list.
Why was it so different? Or better?
It was just good. It's authentic, lots of coriander. There was lettuce in that one in Springvale, which I'm not 100% sure about, but it was delicious. Or maybe it was in Dandenong. I can't remember where I went. It was a long way away, and it was very, very good. Anyway, talking to the same guy that mentioned the Dandenong one, he goes, well, if you're in Sydney, you know that the best banh mi is at a place called Top Ride Baker's House.
Sounds like a brothel.
It does, doesn't it? Top Ride.
It does.
I agree. The whole suburb is called that. So everything's got a top ride in front of it.
There's a code. If you go in and ask for 500 banh mi, they know what you mean.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah, gotcha.
Well, it's been turning over in the back of my head, and I've got quite a lot of work on, but I don't have anything else. So when I have some free time, I'm ticking off things that I want to do, and this banh mi came up into my things to do list. So it was about 11 o'clock at night, and I looked because I don't have a car up here, and it was going to take 3 hours to walk there, just there. So I didn't want to walk 6 hours for a banh mi. Anyway, I went, I'm going to go after work. I'm going to get an Uber. And I looked online at 11 o'clock. It costs about $14. And I thought, that's fair. That's fair. I can do that. So I head off here from Nova Sydney, Top Ride Baker's House. I got a little bit lost because it was in the middle of a shopping centre outside a Woolworths supermarket. It was quite hard to find, but I found it. And I ate it. And it was... Yeah, that's right, Dino. It was unbelievable. I had a crisis at the menu stage because I didn't know whether I wanted the standard pork, the crispy pork, or the lemongrass pork, but I went with crispy because who doesn't love crackle?
You've got to go that crispy.
It was so unbelievable that when I was scoffing it in an outdoor food court on my own in an oversized green plastic chair, I was making sounds. Sounds were coming out of me, banh mi sounds, specifically banh mi sounds like, oh, my God. And I'm completely by myself. Then I finished it and I got back in an Uber and came back to where I'm staying. I didn't realise until I got home that the entire thing, the banh mi was $10. The Uber rides to get the banh mi was $71
Oh, my God.
and 86 cents. Because when I'd estimated on Uber, it was like 11 o'clock at night. It's different in the day. So that banh mi cost me $82.
Wow.
They want to be.
And you know what? I'd do it again. I'd do it again. It was that good.
Well, somebody's doing all right.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie, Ripper Show will be back tomorrow. Chrissie, Sam and Brownie, unless it's a weekend.
Over 100.